Hey guys, Dominic from Genuine Assholes, and today I'll be reviewing Quentin Tarantino's newest film, The Hateful Eight. The Hateful Eight is a spaghetti western set a few years after the Civil War. Kurt Russell plays a bounty hunter who's transporting his fugitive, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, into town. There's a big snowstorm. Them and a bunch of other people take refuge in a log cabin. Now, this movie at heart is a whodunit. It's very similar to Tarantino's first film, Reservoir Dogs, in that nature, where you're kind of on the fence and you don't know who's who or who's on which side. And I love that. There's a lot of good moments, and if you're a Tarantino fan, there's some great dialogue in here, great conversations. This movie is a slow burn. If you're not into one of those movies that's very drawn out, I don't know if I could recommend it, but if you could do that, it's a great film. Every actor in here gives a great performance, plays a great character. You got Sam Jackson in here. You got Walton Goggins, who's great. You got Jennifer Jason Leigh, Kurt Russell, Bruce Dern, Michael Madsen, Tim Roth. A couple other people in there. You also got the guy who plays Senor Bob. What is his name? Damian Bisher. Yeah, whoever that guy is, he's great. But like I said, everybody's good in this movie. It's a pretty simple story, pretty straightforward, you know. I've noticed, because I'm going to be honest, this is the third time I've watched this movie, because I saw the theatrical version, then I saw the roadshow version, which for those who don't know, that this film was shot using a 65mm lens and projected on a 70mm screen during the roadshow, which was a special engagement of 100 theaters, and they had some added scenes and stuff in there, which pushed the movie to about 3 hours. So this is the third time I'm watching this movie, and honestly, this movie gets better every time I watch it. You know, the first time I watched it, I was kind of, not that I didn't like it, because I'm a huge Tarantino fan, but I didn't know how I felt about it. And it wasn't until I saw the special screening that I was just really like, wow, this is a great movie. Cinematography in this movie, it was nominated for an Oscar, and it's a beautiful, beautiful film to look at. I mean, Quentin Tarantino really makes use of that extra wide lens. You could see in the establishing shots, and you could also see in a lot of the shots that are in the cabin. You know, if you pay attention, there's characters in the background doing things, and it's a real, you know, different thing to see nowadays with a new movie, to see that kind of old-fashioned lens. The soundtrack to this movie is phenomenal. It's done by Ennio Morricone, who, I think that's how you say his name, who, you know, did the Dollars trilogy, the Sergio Leone films, you know, and he's just done westerns like Once Upon a Time in the West and all these classic films and these iconic themes, and he just does the score for this movie, and it's phenomenal. It just goes with the setting and the cold and the snow, and it just fits so well. I love this movie. I'm trying to channel Kurt Russell with the beard over here because he's got a giant mustache in this movie. Daisy Domergue, you know. I don't even know where to start with this movie because, you know, story-wise, I don't want to ruin anything, but I guess I could just straight out recommend the movie. I think I'm going to go and give it a 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5 stars. And that seems a little like, you know, pushing it, but I just really love this movie, and each time I watch it, I like it a little bit more. And I know the reviews have kind of been mixed for it because it's either love or it's hate and kind of like people bashing it, but I think this is one of Tarantino's best movies, honestly. And if you give it the time, you're not one of those people that can't sit in a movie, it's really worth watching, and it's definitely really worth going back and revisiting, as I could say for myself. Some people might not be able to stomach it. If you're a fan of, you know, collecting Blu-rays and stuff, Best Buy has a steelbook that I'll show off real quick. It's got some cool art there. It's a nice smooth finish. It's got some inside artwork. Definitely check it out. If you're interested to see where I rank this with the other Tarantino movies, check out my Tarantino movies ranked from worst to best, which I'll put a little thing up here somewhere, and you can click it and watch it. And check out my other videos, my sketches, comment. Let me know what your favorite Tarantino movie is. Let me know how you felt about Hateful Eight. And subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching.